morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 21. I'm out of breath because I'm out walking. My first walk for a week, like proper walk. And I needed to get out of the house today and have a leisurely walk. But it's really steep up here, so pardon me if I sound completely out of breath. Anyway, if you have been following my Vlogmas, you will have seen that there was no episode 20. And that was simply because when I came to edit the film yesterday, I realized that I had not really told you anything of consequence. And I totally forgot to film while I was at my concert yesterday. So I really felt like no one needs to see this. Yeah, the night before yesterday, I had a total 3 hours of sleep. So yesterday I didn't feel like myself at all. I haven't been sleeping very well lately, but yeah, I was so tired yesterday that I had problems like pronouncing things and speaking really. So yeah, I just thought there was no value in the little film that I got yesterday. I do have one clip that I'll insert after a little introduction here today, but yeah, so there was no day 20, but I thought I would do a little recap of what I did yesterday, and then I'll get on to what I'm doing today. So yeah, day 20 and 21 all merged together. Before I begin, I really want to send a thank you to Deborah, who was very generous and gave me a coffee yesterday, which was so lovely. I mean, I cannot iterate enough how, I hope you don't feel like you have to give me anything, any of you, but at the same time, I totally feel validated opening up my email and seeing that there was a lovely, very generous coffee from Deborah. So thank you. So yeah, I mean, you really are the loveliest viewers. I hope you know that, right? So anyway, it's really steep up here. It's Saturday morning and I was planning on filming a little on my usual route, but there were just so many people out, people walking their dogs, people going to the shops or somewhere else with their cars and everything. So yeah, I felt a little bit conspicuous. And as I've said before, I don't really want to catch people on camera without their consent. So yeah, decided to go for a walk in the forest, but obviously it's a lot steeper around here. But anyway, to recap what I did yesterday, I did some house chores and some laundry and that kind of thing, and then obviously cleaned the kitchen after all the mess that I made the day before. And then I went into the town to drop off my youngest at a play date that she had been looking forward to for some days. So she was very happy. And then I got the Christmas present for my eldest daughter. And I don't think she watches this channel or anything, but so if you do, sweetheart, please do turn it off now because I'm going to tell them what you get. So I know I've been talking a lot about my national costume because it's important to me. So when I was confirmed about the age of 15 maybe, my grandmother bought me as a confirmation present a silver belt to go with my national costume. And that is a belt that can be used for many different kinds of national costumes. And yeah, I used to wear that until, well, I couldn't fit into it anymore because, I had children and became older. But that kind of belt, it consists of individual pieces of silver that you sort of attach on a leather belt. And my eldest daughter, she has asked for my permission to use my silver belt for her national costume, which is fine, but she and I are very different like body shapes. So she's kind of like straight through the middle, she doesn't really have many curves, but I, on the other hand, am pear-shaped, so my waist has always been the smallest part of my body. So yeah, we had to attach a few more pieces of silver around that belt, and she has asked for one more, and I got her two because I think she needs maybe even one more after that, but of course they're not exactly cheap, so yeah. So I went into town and got her Christmas present, and then I went back home and then finally got started on my sister's shirt for her national costume. I'm using, as I think I've said before, a slightly different technique for this one because I didn't get it quite right for mine. If I have time, I'll also do a little bit of fix. Just attach the little lace a couple of places on her old shirt and then use a particular kind of soap to soak her old shirt because it has some stains that are not easy to get out, and I don't think she has kind of a special soap. So yeah, I hope to be able to do that too, so she can have her old one back in still like usable form, and then hopefully a new shirt that I've made for her. So yeah, but yesterday, after I had been sewing for a few hours and then my lovely husband cooked us some dinner, and then I went up to this little chapel that my great-grandfather helped to build many moons ago. I think it was the later part of the 1800s. So I went up there with my band and we had our final Christmas concert up there yesterday. And to be fair, that is probably my favorite concert of the year. And you know, the fire was crackling in the wood burner, there's a big Christmas tree in the middle, and it feels safe and very cozy, and yeah. People are happy and it's very informal, and you know, people are requesting songs, and yeah, they get coffee served while we play, and you know, it's all just lovely and sweet. But yeah, but when I got back yesterday, it was like all the air had gone out of the balloon and I wasn't able to do anything more. So I dropped into a hot bath for an hour and then went to bed, and I'm glad to say I got a good night's sleep last night, so feeling like a totally new woman today. Okay, had to stop there for a while because I met a very lovely woman who was walking her dog, so yeah, I had to stop for a little while there. But so after my walk, I will take a cup of tea, go into my sewing room, and hopefully get a lot done on my sister's shirt. And one more thing I'm going to do today is to show you the lovely Christmas present I got from my husband, because as you know, he's been in Berlin, and while I was baking lefse, he called me from a fabric store and he said, "What do you want?" And then he kind of FaceTimed me, you know, because so he could show me everything in the fabric store, and it looked like a really nice fabric store, and they had some lovely wools and everything. And yeah, I picked out, you know, I picked out one and said, you know, that one looks really, really nice. And then he said, if I buy something for me, do you think you can make me another waistcoat? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. And he came home yesterday and said, you know, you've already seen quite a bit of this, so I think you can just get your Christmas present now. And he showed me all the lovely things that he bought. And I'm going to show them to you. But I was thinking of doing it yesterday, but then it was too dark and I want to do it in daylight so that you could see the lovely things he got me. Happy sewist, yay! Okay, so now I'm going to finish my walk, go back home, get started sewing, and yeah, I'll get back to you. Okay, I have had my lunch and I'm about to head out into my sewing room to continue working on the shirt. But I thought I wanted to show you the fabrics that my husband has bought me for a Christmas present first, because yeah, we still have a little bit of daylight. So yeah, I thought I'm going to do that now. And he has been very, very generous. And this is the fabric store that he went to. The woman who helped him to cut and everything also thought that he had been very generous and wanted to know the channel of my channel name. So yeah, if you're watching this, hello. Okay, so most of these are 100% wool, and they seem to me to be a very high quality wool. And he got me between 2 and 2.5 meters of all of them. I know. So first of all, we've got this. It's sort of like it's a dark green, like mossy green, with some like burnt orange in there. And I think this is the one that he wants me to make him a new waistcoat. If this is one of, so if he bought me 2.5 meters of this, I haven't measured anything yet. So if this is one of the ones that there are 2.5 meters, I think I actually might be able to squeeze out a little like Ilford jacket or something to him too, in addition to the waistcoat, particularly if I use like a different fabric for the back of the waistcoat. And wouldn't that be nice if he had like a little jacket and a waistcoat in the same fabric? So yeah, this is the color. The second one, and this is the only thing that's not a wool. So this is 100% viscose in this lovely navy. And yeah, you know, when he said, if I buy you fabric, what would you like? And I said, like, viscose is always kind of safe because there are so many things that I can make with that. And it's also like easier to pick out. And I thought, you know, I think I really want to have a lotta dress, a Tilly and the Buttons lotta in this, because that's so like wearable and I can wear my denim jacket over it and everything. So this is actually, I think, going to be a lotta. And now we're back to the 100% wool, and he got me this one, which is kind of similar to the first one, that mossy green, but this is brown and it has these little like burnt orange and lighter orange, as well as some black like checks into it. So it's sort of woven in a grid almost there. And I mean, I could make sort of like another jacket or something for him, or I'm thinking that I actually might make him another pair of trousers or something like that, because he doesn't mind wearing wool straight on his body. I find that quite scratchy, so it wouldn't do for trousers for me. But I could make like a skirt or something like that. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now, the one that I'm thinking of, but that has a like pinafore and a skirt option. I think it is Nina Lee. Yeah, can't remember the name now, but it would actually also be really nice as a pinafore. So something like the Utu pinafore from Named, or even the one from Nina Lee that I was talking about, could be quite nice, because then I don't have to have like brown up to my face. But yeah, or a pair of trousers for him. He absolutely loves the Wardrobe by Me trousers that I made him. So yeah, I might make him another pair of that. I don't know yet, but I have options there. So the next one was actually the only one that I said, you know, I would like a piece of that one. And that is this one. This is also 100% wool, and I absolutely adore this one. It has this kind of steely pale blue color as a background, and then there's burnt orange and yellow and black stripes and, well, more like checks woven into it. And I think this would be gorgeous as a coat. And I have plans for more coats. I also have a red wool that I got last year from Rainbow Fabrics that I've been meaning to make up. But, you know, a coat is something quite involved. So, yeah, I haven't had like the energy to go through that yet. But I am desperate to make this up. So this will be some sort of coat for me. So if you have a favorite coat pattern, please do leave me a comment, because I'd love to hear from you. All right, and then the final one. Oh, there's something else in here. Oh, he bought me thread snips too. I had no idea. And yeah, then this one. Isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, this feels as a Melton wool. It's a bit like thinner, but it's more like, oh, what's the word? It's sort of more like felted than the other ones. It feels so soft and glorious. And oh, I would love to have a jacket in this. But yeah, I don't know yet. But okay, so those were the fabrics that I got, and I got these as a Christmas present. So my husband has been very, very generous. And yeah, I can't wait to start making things of this, but I will probably have to wait until like January, because yeah, I have no time now. Yeah, but these were so lovely. Honestly, getting fabric is lovely. So now I'll make myself a cup of tea and then head into my sewing room. I know today's video is probably going to be a long one because I didn't do one yesterday. So, but I'll try to keep the chatting to a minimum and then I'll drop in later. Well, it's past midnight again, but at least I got the Christmas tree up, and I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. Bye.